Hello guys and welcome to episode 7 of Cat of Industries, and this is Nair, like me, and let's go into the episode. Like last time we planned out this part, the first stage of our new smelter array, pretty much. It is partially built, we need like 150 more to get all built. Let's say like, make it 200 because these things need they need part 2. Yeah. So the trucks are slowly dumping it in here. I have switched it up a little bit. Now this one is now into resume. And this one into resume. This one allows only rock to be dropped. This one allows... I did remove the rock. Back. This one allows everything but rock to be dropped. Why do I do that? Because I really need to start filling up some ocean in this area for the beach because once I'm starting to dig it out, I don't want to flood. And I'm going to start digging that eventually. And also I need to be careful. I may want to start using manufactured sand. Purely because of the reason that normal sand is used for glass. Manufactured sand is used for concrete and pretty much only that. So I don't think I want to use a lot of actual sand on the concrete because we don't need to, and the glass needs the sand, and the only sand we can reach for a good while is this, and otherwise we need to start using a lot of quartz, which is also a good thing because then we have finally got a map where we are finally somewhat reliant on quartz. Like I don't really have that often in this situation. Like normally I'm good on sand for like the first 2,000 years or so. That's crazy. Also, stop saying that. There is no vehicle who needs fuel. Oh, sure, you probably is. Because you locked yourself up almost immediately. Great. Some trucks are not smart. Further research to the for lab. So yeah, also I need to start upgrading this lab. So even though we need the yellow parts for our factory, we also need the lab, because the faster we can go through this, the easier everything gets. Sort of. Not really. It sort of gets easier in the way of the speed we produce things at, because this is assembly 3, which is even faster. But yeah, and also the storage. This is the large storage, which can hold 2,500 units. Yeah. And then we eventually get to the mega vehicles. The thing is, with mega vehicles, they are still not mega vehicles. And people are asking all the time to the devs, bring in the ginormous diggers. Like those stationary, ginormous circular diggers. Like, I don't know how they're actually gonna work fine, because there's not really any ore deposits that are that wide or flat, any way or form. And well, if they can move slightly, that would be great, obviously. But they can move probably. But it's still, well, now we are slowly going to dump this full with everything but rock, which is not the best option to, not the best route to go. So we're dumping it here. This thing is gonna take significantly longer because of that. Just this dumping is now taking way longer before it's done, because we don't have the rock, which would have done most of the work. due to the sheer amount of strength rock has in case of tensile strength, in case of holding itself up. Dirt doesn't have it, and slag has some of it, and trash also doesn't have any. Most of it is dirt and slag, and trash. Slag is a very small part of it, so it doesn't really work well. Well, slag is about as much as trash is. It's just a lot of problems. There's significantly more dirt, so it takes a lot longer. Because everything is going to spread out this way, even though we're not dumping anything here. So, what is going this way is helping a bit, but what's going here eventually helps. But that at the beginning. And all. And also we need more here as well. Anyways. That looks like slag. It shouldn't even be possible to dump slag here. Maybe before it was built that it dumps one slag. Well, slag is not the worst. And if it's only one thing, it can be worse. Look at this. It looks like this. It follows the curve of the beach a little bit, and it goes on the beach slightly. So it's a little bit of rock and sand at the same time, which is not bad. Just a bit annoying. But it could be much worse. Anyways, let's send our ship out again, because we still have plenty of question marks to search. And well, we kind of want to search everything we can search. So if everything is going to be back, too bad. Otherwise, we have some more. We have 2 research labs going. They pretty much are the last thing that can work, because I want construction components first, and I need to go to all the way to like 225 or so before I'm gonna pause it. Why? Because this is probably gonna need that, and everything after this except for the mixers don't need, or whatever they are called, concrete mixers, yes, don't need any yellow parts pretty much. But this is also useful, more efficient. Thing is, it's expensive as whatnot, and it's gonna use so many more workers. It's not even fun. But yeah, let's do this. Oh, it is in battle. No. Maintenance 1, it says. That's because we were kind of etching the place where we couldn't do anything. Now we're at 94 because it's just started. Eventually, over the next months, it's going to like way higher than that. Also, it's extremely busy, so it cannot really. It doesn't get resources it needs fast enough. Not much, at least. Come on, collect some. Yep, mechanical parts. Mechanical parts are important because that's literally one of the most important. Look, this is 24 to 12 for 480, so twice, 4 times. Let's say that. Then we go here, and this is 12 to 220, so that's not even twice. 6 to 220 is also not even twice. Sure, it's not significantly more, it's still way better. And it can keep up for way longer. The only problem I may see is that it will drain it faster. Locked, so this one. Oh yeah, it also takes 150. Damn. And that one is cheap. Those two are cheap. Those are very affordable. And I should be able to find one more village though, before I need to attack things. So I hope I can. For now, let's see. Because we're at 127, let's unpause all our remaining conveyors and see if we can finish every single one of them. And finish these two. Look, that's gonna take a while, obviously, to get all done. But eventually we're gonna get there. And, well, now we just make a prep for eventual start of our factory. Also, this thing is now passed, so technically... Ooh, look at the export. Nothing dangerous. Actual copper scrap, nice. And it's going straight back. Okay, now look, this is not great. We still are low with 37. I thought that we were closer. Or at least way further or way closer, and one of the two. So let's go to the concrete mixers. They are pretty big, so you can only place one after each of these, which is not great. What I can think of doing to fix that is placing them like this. Like right here. And then switching them around how they should. They are still pulsed, obviously. Then we are going to grab our conveyors. And these conveyors are going to be in between. Stop here. Then these conveyors are going to go in the middle as well. Okay, yeah, that's clear. They need to be moved over to like here. Put it here. Then we can set you up like this on the floor. Move over, move over, move over. Connect you. Get you over top. We're gonna go for Slab one. Feel like that's the best one to go. Then we go for a U-shaped conveyor. One, two, three. And we delete this part. Mess up. Go down, sweep up one. The everything is flat, so we could, because we have space, get to this one, get a crusher. What does one crusher generate? 24. We need 9, so we need 2 crushers to work on this. Technically, we could do this. 1, 2. If we then take our U-shaped conveyors, this height, split it, and give this like here, and this here. We could technically do this. Same thing on this side. And here. Copy you in there, in there, in there. Then we delete this one and this one. Okay, then we go for we may want to move everything over though. Move you, move this, move this, move this. I have a little bit of a different visual. So move this and move this. And this. So Insta, oh no 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 no. Everything. Dang it. Why? Why did you do that? Why did it reach? Darn it. Okay, then like this, and place things down again. Okay, that was not good. Let's try and read. Oh goodness, I don't know what it looks like anymore. Bridge orientation. Remove this entire. Oh my goodness. Okay. Directly over top. This can be moved in one go. That's why I wanted to keep it. And don't fill it, because then you can move it anymore. God dang it. Annoying. Okay, now it should be perfectly in how it looked like. The reason for my deletion is because steel needs more room than you think. Not much more room, but like 2-3 squares over. It is so little, but it's just so annoying. Okay, so then we can select all this like I wanted to, for it annoyed me. Okay, there. Then the obvious one going like this. And this one going there. Roll one. Okay, properly like this. Okay. Connect. Connect. Then I need more U shapes. Connect there, and 1, 2, start over top, and move to here. But also now I have the space to run one line over top this area. This area then has the option to it is to go here, turn it around. Okay, now we do this. Okay, the balancer can then fit. And we can place a lift. Okay. And a belt and a belt. And then this one gets priority on this one. Why? Because without this setup, you don't know how little fits. Like, without the setup, everything will be dumped, obviously. We need as much as we can to go straight into the system here, because we need a lot of slag to be turned into crushed slag, and that crushed slag will then be used for the concrete. So yeah, this is a good setup. The water is still gonna be waiting a little bit behind. Crisis management. I don't have a crisis yet. Small one. Small little crisis. Crisis being mainly between rubber and coal. Let's start the rubber maker up again. Why is the coal a problem? Okay. I hoped it wouldn't be, but it's again doing this. And only digging up iron, which we already have plenty of. Like a full inventory of our sorter. I want you to use to seek coal first. Why are you even bothering with iron at this point? I'm not even allowing you to do that anymore. Until we have stable coal at all. Like full stable coal before getting any iron along with coal. Even if we eventually have to make like a big tree farm to get a lot of coal converters to make wood into coal and all that stuff. We need a lot of more rubber as well, because we are using a lot of belts at this point. Again, the metal. 2 ships. That's not good. Why are they called scout ships? Why are they called scout ships? Are the devs planning something? They're called scout ships. There shouldn't be a reason for them to be called scout ships. They are ships. Ships. Why scout? 30 coal for a boiler. Yikes. That used to be way less than this. Ugh. And we can make about 4 megawatts of power with 8 megawatts of power. We usually only have very little bit of coal apparently. We could do this. Water, yeah. We need to cut these trees down for that. So let's these are closer. They can wait. These are getting weight. So let's cut this group of trees down. the moment we get the chance. And I hope it doesn't just steamroll that way. Just stays here, takes care of this group of trees before steamrolling that way. Because once we get glass, we need this space. And also we already need the space pretty much because we need a lot of water. Geez, coal is really not doing well. I may want a new excavator just for the coal. A new excavation group. Like my excavation groups, as long as the locations where they can drop off their stuff is close to their dig site, is always 1 to 2. 1 excavator, 2 trucks. If it's further away, it's 1 excavator, 3 trucks. If it's even further, 1 excavator, 4 trucks. Why? Because I want to keep the excavation fast. And if there's a lot of excavators, I really don't care anymore because they just choose a random excavator, which is not really useful. Some excavators have like 5, 6 trucks, while the rest have 0. It doesn't really work like that, does it? Weird kink, but if it works, it works. Eventually it's gonna be straight because eventually the mountain is gone. Gonna take a while and also some digging into the ground. I would have thought for the iron as well. Iron is barely not in the ground. Or barely. The copper and the coal are in the ground pretty bad. Iron barely any. This one is in the ground though. This one is significantly deeper. It's very far in the ground. Okay, you are really making progress. That's good. Like, those would have now had 3 if I had the amount of trucks for that. Oh. They actually have limestone. Good to know only now. Limestone, dirt, rock, and sand is what we're gonna dump in this one. This needs to be sand, and this needs to be dirt. So let's get some limestone reason to be going that way. Which one? The bottom one. On the one above. Okay. Like here. You good? And the sand goes. Like limestone, let's give 1 storage container though. Lose storage. Why doing it like this? Yes, it should be passed. Okay. You'll be able to pass that. Why did it? And then we get the loose storages again. Here and here. Get you, go in there, and you to pass by and go in there. Okay, and then you there, you up. And over to there. How expensive is that? About 100. Oh, great. Oh, I hate this. Why is it 100? Why so much? Why haven't I bought these things? Because now I'm out of concrete. Whilst I really needed. Oh no, I needed them now. Especially for this thing. This needs to be built. Just to get rid of the little bit of limestone these things are carrying. Nope. I want them to keep going. Let's just forcefully dump it. coal gets a little set up for more miners. Okay, that's one more truck, and then this needs to be built. Okay, we're doing well. We're doing pretty well. The vehicle ramps obviously look, I have planning, otherwise they would have been starting to build it, which I don't want. This is very slowly now. This is very slow in case of being dumped. This is also not very fast, because they need to travel so much further. Okay, this one has priority, in my opinion. Not just my opinion, it just has priority. Because every other truck pretty much is gonna collect some. Because some reason, I don't know how, it's on top of the ground, even though it's clearly underneath. You don't even see it on top of the ground, so it's clearly underneath. So why is some trucks collecting some? This part is now here and everything needs to be built. Okay, wood is slowly being put into each other. This one is still digging up the ground like it's supposed, like I told it to. Only when it's done, I'm gonna move it back to its most important job, which is way more important than this. Digging towards the coal and the iron of here, because the coal and iron eventually here will run out, and it's gonna be rather now than tomorrow. And I've clearly seen it's not gonna take long before it runs out. Oil is not doing well either. Diesel is very limited. No, that can't. That doesn't work. Oh no. I need these trees gone. Also need these trees gone. Eesh, this is painful. I'm nervous about things because the iron is not keeping up at all, because there's not enough iron in here, because trucks are not bringing enough iron in. There's like one iron truck and two copper trucks at the same time. Why? Copper is practically full and iron is practically empty. Why is there copper trucks? Why is there more? I can better ask. Putting 2 excavators on this is, I hope, gonna help. I hope. There's 4 rats. Oh, that's 4 things. That is a problem. No mining destinations. That's because those mine control areas are not supposed to be a mine. They're supposed to be a dumping location that has a specific resource that has to be dumped there, and not every single resource you can think of. I'm already okay. I need to start building that. Cut these trees down and move over to that thing here. Diesel is doing almost good, almost stable, pretty much. Not quite as stable as you or anyone would hope. Like the extreme busy message is just constant. It's a never-ending message at this point. How many trucks do I have in random assignments? 13. And 12 to mining. That's not the rate I want, obviously. I said I want a 1 to 2, not a 1 to 1. Or 1 to 1.5. This rate, this point. Tree over says technically too many, but it keeps up, so it's enough. Buildings. is barely enough. Barely enough. You sure don't like it. The iron is absolutely struggling. How much oil have we left? We got 30,000 gone. Well, we're doing fine there. But it's also really lacking what it needs. Like, it's pretty much running on its last legs. I cannot add a single extra power production thing or vehicle at this point because we don't have enough. Like, let's start these. Like, let's start the short things that only take a couple. They're not a problem. They are really not a problem. Short things only take a couple. Are quickly built. Let's do the bottom one first. Because I want this one to be finished as the very first thing I can finish, pretty much. Also, you are now done, so we move you here, redraw your mining area, get you moved, and get some leveling. Look, it's gonna take longer in certain locations than other locations. Needs to be wide enough for bells and trucks to go through eventually. Then we do this. Sure, it's a bit too high. Also, the only resource we are allowed to dump here are indeed these. I did already. I thought I didn't. And we do this again. Like, I'm making it a big line already because I don't want to bother with it. And the more I already plan out, the less I have to think of it, which is good. Like, thinking of it, I'm gonna forget it, so thinking of it is not a good thing. If I forget it, it will stop digging anything. And why is it always bugged? I see those trees with like a missing piece. So odd. Also, let's get like this place a little further. Get a ramp over. Like this. Nope. One more. Now, no. This. Symmetrical. I care more about symmetry than anything else. Oh, I'm out of iron. What? Single product loads reject. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I need to limit the amount of vehicles that are allowed to pick up stuff here. But nothing can reach this. So, frick. Frick. If you run out of iron, it's problematic. Iron ore. Also like 1 or 2 trucks bringing it back and forth, which is way too few. Like, most of them are focused on other things, which is not good. We go here. Most of them are focused on coal and iron. Oh my god, we just don't have enough iron. We just don't have enough trucks, but we don't have enough diesel generation to take care of all these trucks. It's always switching between these three apparently. Not good. Well, that's another predicament we are now getting ourselves in. Whilst we're slowly bringing this one up to speed. We need to fix our iron problem, which is mainly caused by our backlog of rock and dirt that trucks have to try and fix, which they can't. It's a good thing. No, really not. It's problematic. Like, even if I'm buying this, it's I barely use it. So yeah, that's the episode here. Let's play it a little bit more because, well, we need the progression and we're fine on iron, sort of. At least we're fine on the things that are made from the iron. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. We managed to get a lot of progression going. We moved this one over, and we actually started building some of it. We built all our previous built conveyor belts. We actually got a second one over here that is again full of dirt. When is it not? I just need it because of the limestone it occasionally takes up. Okay, let's do one thing. Stop it here. So it may take up some limestone, but it's eventually going to finish everything here. But yeah, let's see what we've accomplished. Our factory is getting more of a shape in here. We have a limestone and sand collection here. That still needs to be emptied. How am I going to do this? We're struggling with trucks so bad. But maybe I can get 2 more trucks into field. Because I see that we are slowly producing more than we are actually using. So we are still at a bit of an excess in production. It's very minimal. Also, these get prioritized in power use, by the way. Just these 9. Okay, just these 4 things because, well, those are the most important things. It's going to pause again because that uses less coal, which we are not good at again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this episode and find it somewhat interesting what's going on. Constant problems with iron or diesel or coal or whatever. Yeah, we are in trouble the entire time. I try and fix it as much as possible and as fast as possible mostly. Don't know where my tree harvester is though. It is somewhere. Anyways, please leave a like and subscribe if you liked it, and if you come back anyways, consider subscribing. It's free, you can always change your mind. And if you liked it in any way or form, just like it. If you're not coming back, I hope you do. It's just a like is free, and well, it helps me out in the future in case of spreading a video to people and making my channel grow a bit. So it helps you out, and it's completely free. You help me out for nothing but a click on the like button. And also, if you have thoughts about my videos, please leave a comment. And if it's positive or negative or anything, ideas, just leave them. I can always use them or I cannot use them. Either way, it's always nice to have some comments. I do have to warn you, the last 6 episodes, including this one, are all recorded at the very same day because of the same reason I mentioned a few episodes back of school being very busy next week, and the last couple of weeks as well. This was a free day I had, so I thought let's record as many videos as possible. Next week, I mean next week from recording time, not next week from upload time. Once this is uploaded, I already start recording more videos and uploading more videos because I have the time then. Because then school is practically over. I have some things to finish, but it's practically over. So then I have the time to make videos. Then right now it's probably 3 a week. Then maybe go 4 or 5 a week for captive industry for a bit before it has to slow down a bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and I see you next episode. Dit was Nair. Peace out.